What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, because today I want to talk about the time I used to work at a dealership. My dad actually was a manager there. He started there years ago. He worked there for probably about 30 years. And of course I used to go to work with him on Saturdays sometimes, and I'd spend a lot of time up there playing around on all the motorcycles, and it was a great experience growing up. And about the time I was 14, I got a work permit, and I started working there, and heck, I worked there for about 4 or 5 years part-time. And you know, I started out mowing the grass around there, wiping down all the motorcycles, mopping the floors, cleaning the bathrooms, you know, all the fun stuff. You know, you start at the bottom, sweeping the warehouse, and you work your way up a little bit. You know, I learned working the parts counter. You know, learned how to stock parts, and started doing the shipping and receiving in the back. Well, back in those days, we didn't do a whole lot of shipping. It was mostly receiving. This was really back before internet was really a huge thing. You know, it was all dial-up still at that time. But I learned a lot working there. It was a really good experience. And, you know, I started working back in the service department. So, you know, back in service, I would unbox new bikes, you know, pull them out of the, you know, knock the crates off of them, and do some minor assembly work on them, put them together. After we got them put together, I would put fresh oil in them, and, you know, you had to service the batteries. You had to put acid in them and put them on the charger and get them ready to go and all that fun stuff. And I'd check all the fluids after I put oil in them, and I think we put maybe about a half a gallon, not about a gallon of gas in all the new ones. We put 1 gallon in them. And I also started doing the same thing, like after a bike would come in for service work, you know, I'd polish it up, wipe it all down, and clean it up. Just part of my job back there. And so, I'll never forget, I had this one customer, you know, I mean, bear in mind, I had never dropped a motorcycle in that dealership in my life. I never crashed anything, damaged anything, you name it. So, I had this customer's bike. It's a black, I think it was a ZRX 1100. Brand new bike. I think it had come in for its first service. They'd done an oil change on it, checked it over and everything real good. And this being a brand new motorcycle, and, you know, I took it and I washed it off real good and everything, and I was getting it all cleaned up, and I can't remember what I was doing. I was moving the bike for something, like moving it out of the way, or maybe I was pushing it up to the little staging area for pickup, but man, I stepped on something on the floor, and I kind of lost my footing, and the bike fell over on its right side. I was standing on the left-hand side. And I mean, I gave it everything I had trying to counterweight it to keep it from going completely over. And the bike, well, it fell, and I think it hit the battery bench. Yeah, and it cratered the gas tank, and I think scratched up like the turn signals and the bar end or something. And I'm like, oh, damn it. And so one of the mechanics runs over and helps me pick it up. And, you know, he's like, what happened? And I'm like, oh, shit. You know? And it's like, this guy's on his way. This guy is literally on his way to pick his bike up. He'd been called to come get his bike, and he's like, yeah, I'll be right there. And we're like, oh crap, what are we going to do? Well, we're freaking out. You know, I had to go tell the service manager, you know, what I'd done, and of course, he's hot. We're just like, dang it, well, we can't sit here and argue about it. We got to do something. So we run to get my dad, of all people, who's the sales manager. And we're like, hey, do we have another one of these in stock somewhere? My dad's like, yeah, it's in the warehouse in a crate. We're like, oh, great. So we're in a scramble getting the forklift, going back here digging through the warehouse trying to find this other black ZRX 1100 we have. I mean, thankfully we had another one just like it. So, I mean, we look like a NASCAR pit crew out there stripping the parts I tore up on this bike, while we're back there, you know, while a couple other guys are back there digging the other one out. Like, they had to move some other motorcycles and the crates out and get to that bike. We had to set it down and then open the crate up and start pulling the gas tank off on a few of the other little items that I tore up on this bike. So we get all the parts swapped over, but a customer shows up and they're up there stalling him. They're like stalling him, and they're like, yeah, we're just getting a few other little things polished up on it, you know, and he's paying his bill, we're getting it all done and everything. And I can't remember if they actually leveled with him and told him what happened or not. I don't remember if they did or not, but long story, I mean, you know, I was so fortunate that we happened to have that bike. Now, granted, though, it is tough with your dad being the sales manager there, and you're working in service, and you're the one that does this. But I guarantee you, it wasn't the first time that it had happened. But when it's your dad, it doesn't matter if it's the first time it happened or not. It's the fact that you did it, and you should have been more blah, blah, blah. But, you know, hey, I digress. I get it. I messed up. But all was good. We got the parts swapped over. Customer was happy. So what we actually did is we took the broken parts, everything that kind of got tore up, and we put it back on the bike that was in the crate. And being a dealership, you know, we just kind of wrote it off as crate damage. And we got replacement parts for that bike and sent the damaged parts back to Kawasaki, and all was good. We got that bike put together and put it up on the showroom floor and eventually sold it. So all in all, it all worked out. It was just a crazy, crazy experience from the dealership. But it was, I was so fortunate, so thankful that we actually had that bike. I mean, there was not a worse time this could happen when you got a customer on the way coming to pick up his motorcycle, and some kid that works in the back dropped it, hits your gas tank. But anyhow, guys, y'all be safe out there on the roads. Keep the rubber side down, keep your head on a swivel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.